Alrighty, did you guys have a chance to build the number 38? I'm gonna start with the ones. When we get to adding and subtracting, well, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm gonna start with the ones though. So I need 8 ones. I'm gonna choose my little blue bits. Those represent the ones. They're also the same color as the heading up here, in case I forgot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now I'm going to go over to my 10s, and I need 3 of them. And remember, the stick is the 10. 1, 2, 3. Does your number look the same as mine? With 3 sticks and 8 bits? Okay. If your number does not look like this, go ahead and pause the video. Fix your number just so that way we have practice making the number the right way. And then for this next one, you're also going to need your whiteboard. Okay. So this is showing one number, sorry, I can't count, 4 different ways. 4 different ways. But one of the ways is the same way that you just did on the last slide. But you're going to use your whiteboard, so you're going to draw it. Okay? So go ahead, pause the video and try to represent 38 these 4 different ways. Do the best with word form, okay? All right. Okay, I went ahead and just got some shapes over here so that way it would be easier for me to show you the base 10 and a little bit quicker just because I don't have the whiteboard to show you. But when we are doing the drawing of it, we draw our 10s just as a straight line down. So I need 3 of those straight line downs. There's 3. And then for my base 10, we want to make sure, sometimes people just do a dot, and that's okay. But remember that we want to make sure that it's a little bit big enough and a little bit dark enough so that way we don't just think that it's a speck on our paper. Okay? So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh, move, 8. All right, I started with this one first. It was a little bit harder. Over here, expanded form, remember that we are basically just looking at this, but we're writing the actual value of the number and then separating all of the different numbers with plus signs. So I don't just have 3 in this number, I really have 30, right? And I'll make this be the right color. Hold on. Oops. It didn't work. There. 30. Whoops. Jeez. I'll get the hang of it. All right. 30 plus, and then how many ones do we have? We really just have 8, right? So we really only have 8, but we don't have 3, we have 30. So expanded form for 38 is 30 plus 8. Okay? For word form, we're spelling it out. And again, it's okay to do the best and sound the word out. That's okay. I will let you know that for the... Oh, we haven't really done math tests. Never mind on that one. So 38. 38. So notice that I didn't say 38. I said 38. Okay, and how do we write 30? 30. So that represents that I don't have 3, but I have 38. Okay. Over here, standard form, remember, is just the number. Well, this one's lost its fanciness. So over here is just the number, okay? So it just looks just like this. Standard form. Basic. All right, that took entirely longer than it should have. Sorry. And then doing the value of the digit, remember that there's 3 and 1s. I'm not really sure what happened with this one. So let's look over here. Let's try another one. This one's using hundreds. So with your first, you're going to use your your base 10 blocks. I want you to pause the video and I want you to try building the number 238. Remember, we already built 38, so that one should help you. And then we're just adding 200 onto it. So go ahead, pause, try it out, and then come back and check your work. Alrighty. Alright, so me trying to be fancy, it takes me a second to move all of my ones. So instead of you coming back and then having to wait for me to move all of these, I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bits in my ones column representing my 8. So now I'm going to look at my tens column and I see that there's a 3 there. So that means that I need 3 tens. So I'm going to take these pink sticks. 2, 3. Okay, so now I have 8 ones, 3 tens. Now I need 2 hundreds, and remember that these flat ones are hundreds. So I have 1, 2 of them. Okay. Does your number look like this one? And then looking at this one again, we are looking at the 4 ways to represent a number. So go ahead, pause the video one last time and try to represent 238 in these 4 different ways. All right. Again, I'm going to start mine with the base 10 form, and because it takes me a second to get all of the pieces, I went ahead and did that. And I don't really know how you would draw and represent the cube. I think that it might just be a bigger square or an actual square, because remember when we draw the bits, they're usually just dots and not necessarily in the square shape. So do something along that. If you know how to draw a cube, then rock on and you can draw your cube. And I didn't even do this, right? Because we need 2 of them, right? 2. And I only had 1. So I have 2 hundreds, 1, 2, 3 tens, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. Alrighty. So then remember, for expanded form, we are writing the actual value of the number. So I don't have 2 pencils. I really have 200. Okay. And then I don't have 3 pencils, but I have 30 pencils. And then I have 8, right? So let me change these colors real quick so they match. Maybe that might help some of you. And if so, that is perfect. So we have 200 plus 30 plus 8 to represent 238. And I would read this that exact same way. 238. This also might help us to read the numbers too. I know when I was in school, I had a small problem with reading the numbers, reading the bigger numbers. I used to put words in or like forget. So this way I say, oh, 238. It helps me see it better, and that helps me. So for this one, remember we are spelling it out. So 238. Okay. Remember we did the 38. And then we're adding the 200. We don't just have 2, but we have 200. Okay. And then over here for standard form, it is just the number, just like it looks like right here. It's small and not fancy over here. All right, I know that this was a little bit quick. I hope that this made a little more sense. Apparently, place value gets Willow very excited. So we are going to be looking at these 4 different ways to represent numbers, and we're going to be talking about their place value. But I hope that this gives you a little introduction and a little preview of what we're going to be working on and focusing on. And I hope that it was a little bit fun for you guys too.